Hi everyone, welcome all the students of ninth standard. So, day before yesterday, we saw some information about Prime Minister Indira Gandhi and how she declared a national emergency in our country or in India in the year 1975, and that national emergency was continued for the 2 year up to the 1977. So, in the national emergency, we saw that citizens or the people's rights were curtains. They were there was a lot of ban restrictions on the citizens' right. So in that, some of the groups of the common people, their rebellions, their unhappiness resulted in a formation of group there. So after the end of the national emergency, when there was election was declared, there was a Janta Dal, the Janta Party, that came into the context. Those who opposed to, those who were not satisfied with the Indira Gandhi, they came in group, in one alliance. They formed their group. That party won the elections, and the Janta Party or the Janta Party came in the administrations, came in the powers. Morarji Bhai Desai became the prime minister first time in our country. Non-congressial party won the elections, or the non-congressial persons became the prime ministers of our country. But the Morarji Bhai Desai's government also not last long. That internal crisis started in the Janta parties there, and that government was ended. But after that, we have seen another one in that Charan Singh also succeeded there, but his also government not last long. That once again this government also falls. So in the year 1980, general elections were declared, and in that general elections, once again Congress or Indira Gandhi's government bounced back there. They won the elections, and Indira Gandhi became the prime ministers of our country there. So this is about the situation of 1970. Now 1980s situation, that during this decade the Indian political systems face many new challenges. In the 1980 Indian political situation, it start to face number of the new challenges start to face there. The Sikh in Punjab demanded in independent state of Khalistan. Sikh persons from the Punjab provinces, they demanded the separate Khalistan, and began movement against the government, which went to the which became more violent and destructive there. So the demand of separate Khalistan, separate provinces of the Sikh persons in the Punjab, that resulted into the violence. That Pakistan had lent its support to this movement. Pakistan already want to interfere that in Indian politics, that in Pakistan always want to how to disturb the Indian government or administrations of the people, that so they got the chance opportunity, they involved in that, they start to support to this separate Khalistan movement. That Indian army sent into the Golden Temple at Amritsar. Golden Temple, it is a holy temple of the Sikh. It is in Punjab, Amritsar there. So Indian army went, Indian government it sent its army in that temple, that Golden Temple. So there, a holy shrine of the Sikh in the year 1984. Golden Temple, it is a holy temple of the Sikh community there. So they went there to evict the terrorists who had legally taken shelter there. Why Indian army went in that Golden Temple? That because we have seen that in Golden Temple, illegal persons, they took shelter in that Golden Temple. So due to that, the Indian government has to send its army there. One of the Sikh bodyguard of Indira Gandhi, personal security, assassinated her. Due to that, what is that? They deeply touched with that incident. Sikh persons deeply touched that. So one of Indira Gandhi's personal bodyguard assassinated or killed Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. During this period, an organization called United Liberation Front of Assam, ULFA, carried on a major movement of Assam in the northeast India. So in Assam provinces also, Liberation Army started that Liberation Front of Assam, ULFA. In the northeast India, it started that right after the Indira Gandhi assassinations in the year 1984. Rajiv Gandhi became the prime minister of our country. That after the death of Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi became son of Indira Gandhi became the prime minister of our country. He tried to make several reformations in the field of Indian economy, that in the science and technology there. So when he became the prime minister, he tried to make several reformations in the science and technology. He took the lead in the solving issues of the Tamil minority. When he became the prime minister, he took lead to solve the issue of Tamil minority. Now also in our country there is a lot of issues, problems are there with the Tamil minority in our country. Tamilian LTTs organization is also there. So Tamil minority in the Sri Lanka is also this. He promoted the idea of united Sri Lanka with the internal autonomy to the Tamil community there. Combinations, friendship, treaty made with the Sri Lankan government, have the Tamil Sri Lankans there. But his efforts, this regard proved to be in vain, but there was no any use of his effort there. He faced a lot of criticisms in the context of corruption that took place during a defense equipment deal, especially the purpose of long range cannons from a foreign country called a Bofors. Now also this Bofors corruption, it is one issue, political issue in the government, that BJP always, or the ruling party always raised this issue that Bofors corruption there. So there was a deal was there with a foreign country for the long range cannons there. In that deal, corruptions happened there. So this is the issue there in present time also that. So politically corruption became a crucial issue in the general election that. So corruption became the main issue in the general election that followed, and the Congress party was defeated. So due to the corruption, this issue raised there, and the Congress party defeat in the general elections remaining, we'll see afterward.